very brief answer would be this. There's a tendency to take these ideas as intellectual oddities that just sort of, space, time, black holes, cool, and it just sort of adds this nice patina over your picture of what reality is like. And I think there's an opportunity for all of us to take these ideas in more fully, more deeply. Because, Carl Sagan said a long time ago, it's almost become hackneyed because of that, but, we are made of the very same stuff that makes up stars. We are governed by the very same laws that govern everything else in the universe. So when we learn something weird, strange, and wondrous about reality, we are learning something strange, weird, and wondrous about ourselves. Because we are not separate, we're not distinct in any way that science can demarcate. We're all part of this continuous nature. So I do try at times, it's very difficult, to embrace these ideas in a way that I keep them with me when I'm not staring at the equations or working on the research paper. And there are times, I haven't done it in a while, but I've tried to go days where I sort of, even I'm walking on Broadway in Manhattan thinking about, my clock really ticking at a time different from the clocks that are stationary, or, you go up in a building, you think about the rate at which time is elapsing is now going faster because you're further from the Earth's gravitational field, another implication of Einstein's ideas. And yes, when it comes to the multiverse, the notions are even stranger. And I'll leave you this one sort of weird point. You can prove, in answer to a question over here, I was saying how the different universes, I think it was yours, have different forces, things manifest in different ways. But you can pretty much prove that if this picture is correct, there have to be other universes out there that are mathematically identical to our universe, down to every last detail, some of them, which would mean that you and I are having this conversation out there in universe upon universe upon universe. And that's weird, right? And it's even weirder when you recognize that it's even easier for there to be universes out there that are almost identical to our universe. Small differences, right? And almost replica. And basically any configuration of the particles consistent with the laws of physics can be out there, as long as the physics allows it. And I remember, and I'll date myself with this, and it's kind of strange. I was first lecturing on these ideas when a book came out of mine some years ago called The Hidden Reality. And I was at a bookstore just talking about this. And this woman, sort of elderly woman in the front row, raised her hand and she said, well, if you're saying that there are other universes out there in which things are almost like ours but not quite identical, you'll now know when this conversation took place. She said, is there a universe in which Sarah Palin is president? And I didn't really know how to respond to that question, but thankfully a guy in the back of the room raised his hand and said, did you not hear what the professor said? The configuration of particles must be allowed by the laws of physics. And I'll leave it at that.